Hey cats, what's happening? Good morning. Fall is here. The temperatures have gone down. Rainy this morning. Uh, as you can see, I had to break out the flannel. Temperatures are a little nippy. You know, this time of year I always stack a couple ricks of cordwood on the porch there, and I picked them up from the Amish sawmill. Well, I took a trip to the sawmill the other day, and they were completely out of wood already. The guy told me that they'd been getting hit pretty hard with people already getting firewood. So that was a bust. But I knew of another mill, and it was a little bit of a drive. But I thought, okay, it's a bigger mill. They're going to have wood there. So I drove down there. They didn't have wood either. So I was out of luck as far as buying cut. It's like slab wood, but it's cut into firewood pieces. Yeah, it's a lot of hardwood, so it burns real well. And for me, it's easy just to load up the truck, and the cost is phenomenal. I mean, for like 25, 30 bucks, I can get a whole heaping truckload of firewood, bring it home, stack it on the porch. A couple truckloads lasts me, probably a couple months anyways. So anyways, now that I can't get wood from the mill, looks like I'm going to have to break out the chainsaw and cut some wood. I do have a pretty good stack of wood over on the side of the garage that I can use for now, but I'm going to have to drop some dead ash trees and cut them up, split them, and get them on the front porch. Well, how is everybody this morning? I'm still trying to wake up. Going to have a busy day. I got a lot of stuff to do. And then, as I always do, I run up and visit V at the end of the afternoon and spend time with her, too. I can't leave her there alone. I can't abandon my wife. So it kind of puts a strain on trying to get things done because it takes a good part of the day. But anyway, today I was going to talk about, falling into the Harley Davidson culture. Now, I don't know how many of you own Harley Davidsons. I know some of you own other makes and models of motorcycles, and I've got no issues with that at all. Some people argue that other bikes are better. I think the thing with the Harley Davidson is that they're an American bike. And I know they're not completely made in America. Some of the parts are doled out to different countries and made in Japan, but they're assembled and built in the United States, and they're kind of a legend in a way. I mean, they go back to the early days of motorcycling. They were one of the first motorcycles made in the U.S. And I love my Harley, and people will tell you that, there's better bikes out there, more dependable bikes. This thing's been pretty good to me, and I really haven't had a lot of issues with it compared to any other bike I've ever owned. Now, though, and I'm sure it's the same with all motorcycles, but when you get a Harley, it kind of changes things. For me, it did. And I talk about the Harley Davidson culture because, I rode I rode a Yamaha for many years, and I rode with clubs and stuff. But when I bought a Harley and started riding a Harley, I was introduced to a whole nother world that I'd never even knew existed, like an underground world of parties and camaraderie and just meeting all kinds of different people that we're into this. It's like almost like a cult, like the Harley Davidson cult. Now, aside from that, the thing about the Harley Davidsons, I mean, this is a 1999 Fat Boy. And I don't think there's a whole lot on here that's stock other than the motor and the frame. A lot of stuff's been changed on it over the years. It's got all new sheet metal on it, which means it's got new the fenders are different from the original. The gas tank's different from the original. The exhaust is different from the original. The saddlebags, the headlights, the windshield, the grips, the levers, the mirrors, everything is different from the original. So my bike, when I bought it, was just a standard black with the logo on it. And after I wrecked it in, I think it was around 2000 that I wrecked it, and the insurance, I had a buddy that used the insurance and completely redid the whole bike, including the custom paint job that I have on there now. But this is what I'm talking about. A Harley, the neat thing is you can change everything on it nowadays. You know, there's parts you can get from the dealership, but you can also get aftermarket parts that can change everything. You know, I mean, there's hundreds of different air cleaner covers you can get. There's side covers for, you know, different parts of the engine, foot pegs, floorboards, pedals, wheels, forks, handlebars. I mean, you can get, you know, the 8-hanger handlebars where you got to reach up like this to ride your motorcycle. Not for me. I do have some wider handlebars than the original ones that were on here, but you can change the seat. I mean, you can make it a completely different bike just by buying parts for your Harley. Now, I don't know if that's true with the other model makes and models such as Hondas or Yamahas. I'm sure they do have parts available to customize your bike, but I think with the Harley, I mean, you can, from the very front to the back, you can change everything and make it a completely different bike. Now, I know some guys go as far as, you know, stripping everything down and changing the frame and the rake on the front end, the whole thing, but you don't really have to go that far just to make some cool changes on your bike. You know, some of the minor details I got. Look, I got these little valve cap covers, and it's got like a red ruby in there. I thought that was pretty cool. It was just a simple thing, but I think I bought them online. One of the other cool things that I got, somebody gave me the idea for, were these caps for your bolts. So wherever there was a bolt, you know, instead of seeing the bolt there, you got a little chrome cap that kind of snaps in there. And I put them all over the place. They were pretty easy to install. I got little chrome caps there. Where else did I have them? Oh, down here on the primary cover, I put little chrome caps on there. I got a whole packet of them, so anywhere there was a bolt showing, I stuck one of these little chrome caps on there, and it just dresses it up a little bit. I got this mud flap at the Easy Riders bike show. It's got like rattlesnake skin in the middle there and heavy leather with the fringe on it. Just keeps the road debris from flying up on the back of the bike. And even my tire, this is a wider tire than the original tire. You know, the original tire on the Fat Boy is a little skinny thing, a bicycle tire. And I got the widest tire. I can't tell you what size it is right offhand, but it is the widest tire that'll actually fit in that frame of that swing arm. You know, anything any wider, it'll scrape, so it is what it is. Has a belt drive. You know, you see the belt down there. It's the original belt, and I run it pretty hard, and it's so far so good. I haven't had to change the belt. I have put brakes on it and things like that, though. So, yeah, that's the cool thing about a Harley. And, you know, you can make it to kind of fit your personality. I don't know what my personality was here, but I kind of like the Western kind of look. So I added the fringe on there with some Indian bone pipes and some beads that I hung on my lever. I also got the fringed footboards. They call them sweepers. An old buddy of mine had them on his bike, and I saw them, and I'm like, wow, those are cool. Where'd you get those? And sure enough, I found them at the dealership and threw them on there. I got the Vance and Hines shotgun pipes. They sound really great on this bike, and that's one of the things I like to do, come out here at least once a week and fire this baby up. So let's see how easy she's going to start. It's a little cool this morning, but we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like the battery is a little bit low. Now, that's just because the temperature is cool. It's like in the 40s. And I'm going to have to put a battery tender on that thing in this cooler weather so it'll start for me. I mean, it started up every other day for me without any problems. And this morning, yeah, she don't like this cold weather at all. But with a little bit of a charge on there, she'll pop right off and take her for a spin. She likes to run in this cold weather. I mean, this is an air-cooled engine. Got the air-cool fins on there. So it runs much better in cooler weather than it does in hot weather. And I like to ride in this kind of weather. Somebody told me that there is actually a cooling system, I can't remember the name of it, that kind of bolts on up here that, you know, will blow through a radiator or something, I don't know. Some kind of a cooling jacket that keeps your engine cooler in hotter weather. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to scoot the mini bike out of the way so I can get at the seat. Got my pack of Allen wrenches here that I need to take the seat bolts off. There's a big bolt on each side here. So let's let that charge up for a little bit, and she should fire right up then. Well, I've had it on there for a few minutes. Let's see what she'll do.